What's going on, everybody? Today we're out here feeding some of these bees. You know, and a lot of times I get questioned about, how cold you can feed bees. As you can see, it's been snowing. It's kind of cloudy. About 28, 29 degrees right now. And you can feed in this weather, it's not a problem. What you want to do though is you want to be quick about it. So I don't got the tank hooked up, I just got a 5-gallon bucket of some syrup, little funnel, because I use division feeders, make it easier feeding them. And then I got some ultra bee patties here. So what I want to show you is that you can feed. It doesn't bother the bees. You just don't want to leave the hive open for an extended period of time. Let me show you what it looks like right here. Might be a little sloppy being one-handed. Got our cover. You can see the bees under there. Got a nice big hive. They're nice and happy. All we're going to do is we're going to take the cover off, slip our ultra bee patty on, put my funnel in the hole of that division feeder there. You can actually slip the corner if you need to, like that. You can see the bees, they're active down there. They keep that cluster warm, especially with this foam top insulation like that. It really keeps the heat in the hive. And then we just take that syrup, we'll fill that division feeder, and they'll still feed out of this in temperatures like this, because the bigger clusters will anyway. If they're real small, they won't generate enough heat, but when they're big like that, they'll still take it. The weather's supposed to break here in about 2 or 3 days, and we'll be back up in the 50s or so, and then they'll really take it down. This is probably the 3rd or 4th time I filled these feeders, which would put them on about 5 or 6 gallons this year. Like I said, you look down there, they're active. It's about 28, 29 degrees. They're not clustered super tight. You can see they've been building some new comb in there. So let me, can't really do this one-handed too well, holding the camera. So let me get this syrup and patty on here, and I'll check back with you in a minute. All right, so now we got that hive closed back up that we just had open. Again, just fill the division feeder, throw the patty under the insulation, and it should take you about 10 seconds or so a hive. Doesn't bother them at all. We got that pallet, these 2 pallets, and then we got another 10 or 12 hives over here that we got to do. So we'll get these fed up here, and hopefully that'll help keep them rear and brood through this cold weather. That way we can get some nice early splits out of them and a good honey crop later this year. And those are my thoughts on the cold weather feeding here in the early spring. I'm in central Ohio here, so this is typical weather about now. You'll get a 70, 60 degree day, and you might get a day like this where it's 25 or 35, a little bit snowy, a little bit rainy. And these are just the up and downs that you always want those bees to have, that protein, have that sugar source. And it's got to be in direct access with the cluster. So on those 60, 70 degree days, they'll take that feed that we're putting in that division feeder, and they'll pack it in the combs, and they'll use it through times like this. Then when it warms back up, we'll fill the feeders back up, and then the pollen patties, they'll always have direct access to that. You always want to put it right on top of the cluster wherever they're at. Happy spring, everybody.